in Venice. And here the town hall, built in 1897, and directly behind the town hall we have the building of the oldest stock exchange of Northern Europe, which was already there in the 16th century and is now mainly a chamber of commerce. And in between the town hall and the stock exchange there's a really nice patio. Don't worry, he doesn't want to be a guide. And here in front of us we have the main shopping street of Hamburg for the normal wallet, with all the sports stores, hier rechts jetzt, and department stores and fashion stores. So here now on the left side. And this church, this is the oldest church of the Hamburg churches. Already mentioned it. The water to brew the beer was taken geradeaus from the canals. So there was one day of the week when people were told, don't throw anything into the canals because it's beer brewery day. So now you know why the beer was famous for being so tasty. And here coming up on the left side, really beautiful building, that is the town hall of the warehouse district. We are already in the middle. On the right side, look at that beautiful view here. We are in the middle of the warehouse district here. Hier rechts rein. And here on the left side, that small customs house. It was a restaurant, and in the background on the left side you see the largest museum for navigation, that big red brick old warehouse looking behind a little bit on the left side, with 30,000 ship models. And here the warehouse district, you see all these buildings were built only for one purpose, for the storage of goods. And although some of them really look like beautiful castles or nice buildings, everything in red brick Gothic. And on one side of each warehouse you have a street, and on the other side of each warehouse you have a canal. So in former times they brought the goods here with boats and also with carriages. Now everything is done with trucks, unfortunately. And these buildings have quite thick walls, up to 1.20 meters thick. That's very fortunate, very good for the storage of goods, because it doesn't get really cold in winter and it doesn't get hot in summer. Here on the left side you see how they lift up the goods. You see that green cage here and the winches, and there are no elevators inside these buildings, so everything is lifted up still in our days from the outside with those winches. And as you can see here on the left side, there are many rug companies. In former times they used to store coffee, tea, spices, tobacco, stuff like that. And then the rug companies took over. Links. And now we have the largest stock of oriental carpets here in the warehouse district in Hamburg. The largest stock outside the Iran. So you have the largest variety should you need a new rug here in Hamburg. And on the left side you see a building with two chimneys, well, something that looks like chimneys. That was the former power plant of the warehouse district. There all the steam machines stood that produced the steam for the electricity, and also for the pumps, because the winches were hydraulic in former times, so they worked with water that was pumped through all the buildings here. And This was or is still the largest warehouse district in the world, built on a 1.5 kilometer long island in the Elbe River. Here on the left side again, that power plant. And it was one of the first, or it was the first ensemble of buildings that had electricity. It was built in 1885. And 50% here rechts was destroyed during the Second World War, but they tried to rebuild it almost in the former way, like following old plans, because it was a really nice architecture. And the architect who rebuilt it, Werner Kallmorgen, was the same architect who, hier mal ganz langsam, who built the bottom part of the Elbe Philharmonic Hall. That is the building you see here on the right side at the end of that canal, our new landmark. But here on the left side you can have a look at the School of Harbor City here with that pink railing on the roof. So when the children have their break, they go up on top of the building to spend